Why go through the hassle of changing the current financial year? Remember, the current financial year is more than 150 years old, in fact. But is it necessary for us to change it? What are the arguments on either side? Here they are. The most persuasive argument in favor of a change is that it would allow the government to take the impact of monsoons into account, which at the end of the day, remember, accounts for 40% of rural households and 50% of the entire workforce in the country. That's a sizable number. Therefore, the argument goes that armed with monsoon data and statistics, the budget will be able to respond to the needs of the agricultural sector and make the exercise more proactive rather than reactive in nature. Further, the proponents also argue that the Chief Statistical Officer, the CSO of the country, too supports the move and reckons that there will be no major disruption in the fiscal year. And even if you look at the companies, that is the world's top 50 most valuable companies in the Fortune 500 list, in fact, all of them actually, or at least 70% of them, follow the calendar year. But of course, there are critics who caution against such a move. In fact, a committee that was set up under L.K. Jha over 2 decades ago in 1986, if my memory serves me right, they concluded that the advantages of a change would only be marginal in nature. In fact, the committee said that the move would also upset collection of data and a change would need extensive amendments to tax laws and systems. Further, those against it also argue that since agriculture is about 15% of India's GDP and its share is only expected to come down further in the coming years, is such a disruption really worth it? Finally, industry body ASSOCHAM had recently called a change in the financial year as one that would actually cause huge avoidable disruption and would lead to unnecessary hurdles and bureaucratic systematic delays. So, Kritika, those are the pros and cons as far as a change in the financial year is concerned. I mean, expect the government, at this point in time, the government's stated position is that they are sort of doing a cost-benefit analysis. Perhaps we'll know one way or the other that whether we'll actually have a January to December fiscal year or not.